Well, today we are fishing off St. Leonard's, and before I let Kane throw a rod in over there, even though he's eager, the number one rule on this boat is to get the burley in for the whiting. And of course, we're running the best cage you can get. This here is the Hookem heavy duty stainless cage. The reason that we're running the heavy duty stainless cage is, of course, we're fishing in strong tide, and in salt water, we need quality. Now, with this cage, there's one real amazing factor to it, and it's the fact you can add weights to it. Now, at the bottom here, you can screw this out, and Hookem actually have the weights that you can screw straight in. They come in 500 grams, and you can put nearly as many as you want on there to fish in places like Queenscliff down there in the strong tide. Today we're off St. Leonard's, the tide's not pushing that hard, and it already comes weighted perfectly for areas like this. Make sure you're on the bottom, because that's where the whiting live. A few other factors that come with it is, of course, the mesh inside. So if you want to put a finer burley in the water for whatever fishing you're doing, whether it's garfish, of course whiting too, if you're in stronger tide and it's ripping through, you can slow it up by putting this in there. So the mesh is a game changer. Today, I think I might run without it and let the burley spread, just because we are on a bit of a slower tide. And of course, the nice latch on top there, because you don't want this breaking. And like I said before, stainless cage, heavy duty, these actually last when you're fishing in the salt water. Now, paired up with that, of course, a thin rope fishing in tide. If it's really thick, it grabs the tide, lifts the cage off the bottom. You want a nice thin rope. That goes in the tub there, but before I show you what I put in the burley, a Hookem mincer. Now this here is great. Now you could use sort of anything you want to do, but I love it because it's got the edges in there. Used to go back in the day where you're grabbing the pillies and you're squashing them, and all of a sudden there's 304 pilly spines in your hand and you only feel them 3 days later. But this here stops that. Like I said, it's got the mincer on the bottom there. Smash it up and it crunches those pillies into a nice fine paste, which is exactly what you need to catch plenty of whiting. And of course, all I use is pilchards. No pallets or anything for me. If you use it, that's up to you. But for me, it's all about the pillies. Cut them up, throw them in, give them a mash, make sure that cage is on the bottom, add the weights if you need to on the bottom, get it down there and make sure you get into those whiting.